Hey guys, today we are going to talk about how to close your first client. Now, before you close your first client, let's talk about how do you get your first lead. Now, assuming you are a Shopify developer or you want to start your career as a Shopify developer, as a freelancer, right? So the first obvious place to get a lead is amongst your friends and family. You check who is running a Shopify site and or who wants to start a new D2C brand, and then you approach them saying, you could work for them. Assuming you have nobody in friends and family who matches your career skill or they have a need for your career skill, then you've obviously started in the wrong career. Your best option is to then go reach out cold to people who've just set up a Shopify site. So maybe this is a new D2C brand, you're connected to the founder on LinkedIn or somewhere, and you would want to reach out to them and offer them some kind of optimization, right? Maybe you found some bug that is very common, or there some optimization feature or something that could make the site faster, or maybe do a better SEO or something, and you approach them saying this is the specific problem I can solve for you, and don't actually talk about how much you want to charge. At this moment, your idea is to just engage with the client and make sure that they are interested in talking to you. Not really talk about how much money I can make, is this client good, bad. Don't talk about those things. Next, even if you can't do that, maybe try working from a co-working space where you could get a lead from people who are upstream in your value chain. So assuming there is some guy, brand strategist or some content writer who's been working for a D2C brand, they might be able to give you their client, or maybe you go help them out with something and actually introduce yourself, saying you're an expert in Shopify and you've done some stuff as a full-time employee earlier, or there are certain things that you're capable of. Basically introduce them to what kind of skills you have. Don't assume that when you say I'm a Shopify developer and they'll understand everything about your capabilities. Maybe they don't understand that putting in a new plugin or optimizing something on the speed side or doing something on the SEO side might help the brand. They may not know all these things, so you'll have to talk to them saying these are the end value that you can deliver for the client. Now assume that from these activities you've actually got your first lead. How do you really close them? Now, at this point, the client is unsure about you. Okay. Now, imagine this like ordering a cab on Ola or Uber, right? Now, if Ola, Uber did not exist, you would have a lot of questions saying how much time would the cab take? How much would they charge? What kind of car would come? Does the cab driver understand my language, etc. Right? Now, when this client is trying to hire a new Shopify developer, this client is exactly thinking about all those things. How much time will you take to deliver this thing? How much should they pay you? And how will you engage with them? Are you going to come to their office or work remotely? How much time do they need to put in this effort? And after all that, would the work actually be done? See, I'm trying to portray that this is a very small work that you will get in the beginning. So the client may not be really very conscious about the money cost of it, but they'll be very conscious about the time that they put in, because you have no credentials at this moment, right? So they are very saying, should I invest so much time in explaining the problem to this new person, and then should I invest in engaging so much time, or maybe somebody from my team will need to engage with this new freelancer. They are unsure about those things. So all you have to do is make sure all the answers are in affirmative. So can you come to my office and work? Yes. Can you work on this today, right? Generally what happens is when the client is in an urgent need and their regular contacts are not working out, they would want to try out new contacts. So at this moment you have to be available for them. So are you available right now? Can you start right now? Can you finish it in the minimum time possible? And when it comes to how much do you want to charge, either don't quote them or just say minimal. Just say we'll decide after the work is done, and maybe this is the maximum that I'll charge. But don't try and optimize the price here. Don't try and optimize the quality of work. Don't say, this is very small work, I won't do this, or don't really judge the quality of the work in that way. And the idea is try and close that client. Once you've delivered something of value to them, you'll have a relation with them. Now, because this guy is going to run their Shopify store for the next couple of years, you obviously have this, potential client for next couple of years. Maybe they'll come back to you in few weeks, few months with some new stuff. Maybe their friends will start, a new Shopify store, and that is where they can help, where you can help, right? Or if you're a Shopify developer, maybe something more in programming and their corporate site or their friend's corporate site, and that is how you start building the relation. Okay. So just to recap, get your first lead from friends, family, co-working space, past employer. That's your best bet. Second, once you get the client, make it very, very easy for them to engage with you, so that they think there is no investment from their side, they have nothing to lose, and then you deliver what is supposed to be delivered. There you've got your first client, close them, and now you have a good relation to build upon. Hope you like this. Let me know in the comments below.